Yes, Ashutosh. And anyways, we have already 3 minutes gone. Okay, let's start with the discussion now. Ashutosh, I think last time when we met, we had a lot of conversation regarding why you have joined English Yari and the purpose behind all that. So now, after attending so many sessions, tell me about your overall experience at English Yari, like so far what you have experienced and how it has helped you as an individual. So tell me about that.
Yeah, I have completed more than 50 sessions over English sharing. So it's a great experience. I told you last time that I enjoy interacting with the people from all over the country and specifically professionals. So I can get feedback and I can work on my spoken English to
Right.
improve myself as a better speaker. So
Mhm.
experience is really good. I come across a really nice tutors and wonderful tutors because I'm able to
Mhm.
see new tutors every day on English
Right.
sharing. So I like
Right.
interacting with them, and it's overall great experience, I would say,
Mhm.
because I have done a lot of sessions on Clappingo, Ace Fluency, Ing Talkie, and English Shari. So I have completed more than 200 overall sessions on these video
Mhm.
platforms.
Okay, okay. Wonderful, wonderful. So definitely I believe that it must have helped you a lot as an individual also, we learn a lot. And I
And
believe that,
uh,
when we yes, tell me.
yeah, and so I run a YouTube channel. So sometimes I get feedback about my grammatical mistakes. So I feel I want to refine my grammar and I want to become better in grammar while speaking.
Okay, okay, okay. No. So like have you analyzed, like have you been able to introspect like which part of the grammar you are basically, you want to work on? Like is it
Yeah,
tenses
sometimes I
or
make mistakes with the articles, like unnecessarily I use the, and sometimes where I used to have where I should use articles, I'm not using, and I make mistakes with the past perfect or past when I'm telling stories. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's how it is, and conditional sentences as well. Because I got a comment yesterday maybe that it was a
Mhm.
long detailed comment about my mistakes.
So Ashutosh, like you have been telling me regarding your the problematic areas. So, anyways, we will try to, I'll try to help you out in some of the aspects because definitely in one session it is not possible to, tell you each and everything. But definitely, I'll try my best, to
Yeah,
like.
but we
Sorry, Ashutosh, what did you say? I couldn't hear.
hear me? Am I audible to you?
Yes, yes, yes. Tell me.
Yeah, I said we have two back-to-back sessions.
Oh, yes, yes,
4:30
yes.
also I have a session with you.
Hmm. Right, right,
Mhm,
definitely.
mhm.
Yes. Ashutosh, as our topic of discussion is about, today regarding introvert or extrovert. So, definitely, first let's have some discussion. Then we will move to the learning methods. And tell me about the thing that, first of all, definitely, I would like to know that are you an introvert or an extrovert? For me, like for my my personal opinion would be like I believe that you are an extrovert, seems like, because I think that you told me that you love to meet people and you love to have conversation with different kinds of people. So
Yeah, exactly. I'm an extrovert guy. I like interacting with the people over virtual, but when it comes to offline, I don't interact with the strangers a lot. So in that sense, when it comes to in person, I'm an ambivert guy. I choose people wisely to interact with. I have few friends. I'm not a person to have a big circle of friends like 40 or 50 or 20. So I have only few friends of mine with whom like I discuss everything. So, but yeah, I like interacting with the people, even though it can be on the station or buses. But most of the time, virtually, I am comfortable interacting with anyone. I have completed a lot of conversations, like in last 4 years. So I am just mixture of both introvert and extrovert. So somewhat I call myself ambivert, but moreover, I am just extrovert. I can say like that.
okay, wonderful. So, if I ask you about your own personal opinion, what do you think? That do you think that extrovert people are cool, like comparative, like cooler than introverts? Like, how would you judge them?
I don't judge people according to their this behavior that they are introvert or extrovert. But what's the
Hmm.
thing? Like when you are an extrovert, when you talk about something, you feel lighter. What I feel like if you are frustrated and if you are suffering from something, if you say to somebody, of course, if he is a stranger, he's not going to tell you any tell anybody about your personal issues. Then you feel little lighter in a way. But when you are an introvert and you don't talk about issues, then it becomes
Hmm.
really difficult for you. But there are two ways to express yourself. Like people, when they are introvert, they like writing, they want to express on paper and they feel okay. But when it comes to extrovert people are more likely to share with others. So of course, I think what I feel, the extrovert people are little lighter than those introvert, because
Hmm.
they think and think and think, and sometimes they are not able to come out with the solutions. But when you share your problems with somebody, maybe he can understand your problem and he can
Right.
give you like empathy, so that
Hmm.
can be helpful for you. Yeah, and they
Right.
can share some of their experience, and
Hmm.
this can help you to come out from your own problems.
Yeah, definitely.
So what
Definitely.
about you? What are you specifically?
To be
Ambivert, extrovert, or introvert?
no, even I would consider myself as an ambivert. Like I have my own comfort people, like zone with very few people. I don't have a very huge group of friends. I never had. I would rather say.
Mm.
So very few friends I have, and that too, like like rarely we talk. Like seldom, I would say. It's not like on a regular basis we are in touch. Maybe because of distance now, everybody is busy in their lives. So like I do like to talk, but it's like if I have a comfortable person with me, so I would be talking and I would be expressing. But I feel that I have also changed a lot. Like I now I talk less. I don't talk much. Earlier I used to talk a lot, but I think now there is a change of temperament or something in me that I realize that now I talk less with people, and I talk like before talking. I analyze that whether it is right to speak this thing, or I think now a lot before speaking. So
You go for
uh,
introspection.
yeah, so I feel that that the thing is that nowadays I judge myself on itself, like in a way that I try to understand whether it should be correct to speak this thing, or whether it should be wrong if I speak all these things. So intentionally I don't feel like certain things are completely not necessary to say. So I ignore those things. What is important? What are the things? So I usually say. So I think there is always a shift. It depends over the mood.
Exactly. It depends on situation and age, as
Yes.
age group as
Yes.
well. After a certain age, we think about
Right.
a
Right.
lot of
Right.
things and we speak less. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So for me, I take time to understand people.
Hmm. Hmm.
When I'm meeting somebody for the first time, I'm not gonna have a lot of interaction with him. Oh,
Absolutely.
but if I will, I will take time to understand him, that how he is, then
Hmm.
I will make a lot of conversations with him. I take time to understand people. That's what I say.
Right, right. That's good actually. It's actually important that we should understand with what kind of a person we are speaking, and we should try to understand even their emotional intelligence, the kind of temperament they are carrying, and accordingly we should be talking. I believe I personally feel that maybe my opinion might not be accepted everywhere, but I do feel that. So that is the reason. And anyways, like, but I remember that when I used to teach in school, I used to talk a lot because basically my profession was over talking. So with students, with teachers, with everybody, I had to talk a lot, uh, especially in the classroom. When you have so many students in the classroom, you would be talking a lot to them, you would be discussing things, and then but after a while it felt very exhausting. So now I think things have changed now, anyways.
Mhm.
So like as you said that you basically you don't judge people on the basis and it depends over whether like how much you feel comfortable with the person and you talk. Now if I ask you that, do you think or do you believe in this saying that people sometimes say that introvert people are mysterious kind of, like they have a mysterious kind of nature. They don't, because they don't reveal everything, because they don't say everything. So you find a kind of mystery around them, that they're not something very open about themselves. What is your belief in that? Do you think that they are mysterious?
Well, a lot of people are like that. They choose people wisely, and they share a few of their things to somebody like who is specific, but another part they share to somebody else. They don't want to share all of their things to one person. So they create this mysterious things, of course, and sometimes I do the same. I want to share some part of my life with somebody, and I choose people according to their habits or hobbies and interest as well, right?
Right.
Because
Mm.
if somebody is interested in music, I would love to have conversation with him about music, and I will talk about my music experience, how was in school, and how have I used to do practice. And the people who, like a person who is good in understanding your pain, your problems related to life, I would discuss such kind of things with him. So, but I
Mm.
don't discuss all of those things with a single guy, and that's not good at all. Maybe he can do something. You're not now it's very difficult to trust on people. Maybe they
Yes.
can
Right.
cheat you, or maybe they are going to share your personal problems to somebody. So when I
Right.
was in hostel as well, I learned this thing, because you can't share all of your hobbies and passions with the same guy, right? Maybe,
Right.
as if I talk about myself, I'm interested in singing, photography. I'm interested in cricket. I was interested in art. So, but you can't find a person who's interested in all those things at the same point of time.
Right. Right.
But in music, I would love to have a conversation about music. If somebody is interested about his life, problems and things, I would have conversation about those things. So yes, people are mysterious, and some people are like that. Even though you are living with them for years and years, but you wouldn't be able to know their any of their personal things. They'll be really friendly to you.
Absolutely.
They will enjoy the present, but they don't talk about their past, or they don't talk about their family things. So that's how it is, and it's fine, of course. It depends on a person to person. If they want to be like, if they want to draw a line between your friends, and that's totally good, because they have their own independence, right?
Right.
It is
Right.
not compulsory to share everything.
Mm.
And it is becoming like common in our country as well. It is the culture in USA. Even though you are wife and husband, so that is not compulsory to share your all of your money details and things. But
Mm.
in here India also nowadays, it's similar like that. Now you can't talk about the past and what happened to you. So yeah,
Right.
it's okay somewhat.
Absolutely. True. Yes. So, if I ask you what are the benefits of being an introvert and what are the benefits of being an extrovert, what would be your answer regarding this? Because I believe that you somewhat, you exist in both the things. Like you you are extrovert also and you are an introvert also to some extent. Like whatever you told me so far, I felt so.
Yeah.
Just correct
Yeah,
me if
when
I'm
it
wrong.
comes to like being, yeah, it's fine. Of course, I enjoy both natures, I would say. It depends on my zone. Sometimes I'm in like that introvert zone, and sometimes I'm in extrovert zone.
Mm,
So whenever I'm just there with my friends who are the friends for several years, I
mm,
am just totally extrovert. I talk like a lot, and I'm just I will do mimicry. I do mimicry or all those things. That's how it is. So being an extrovert, you enjoy things and you express your problems, and you don't take a lot of things very much deeply, I must say. But being an introvert, I have seen a lot of people who are very silent. They wouldn't talk to you. They don't want to share anything. Whatever they get a problem in their life, they want to find solutions by themselves.
right.
So being an introvert, it's like okay that you are not revealing your informations to others, that it wouldn't create any problem, because you can't, even though if somebody is a good friend of yours today, you're not certain about future maybe.
Mm, mm,
So that's how it is. That's how happens in relationship. Like what is happening nowadays. they share
Yes.
everything and they misuse like all those things nowadays.
Right.
This is crazy thing, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's how it is. So being an introvert, if you are in present, you don't share a lot, it wouldn't be a problem for you in future as well, because you haven't shared a lot, right?
Right.
Because
Right.
what they will do, like even though if you don't have any relationship with that guy, he wouldn't be able to reveal a lot of your personal things. But being an extrovert, when you share everything, maybe it can be a disaster in future if the person is playing with you. Yeah.
I believe that somewhat introverts like they cannot trust people fully. I feel that, and I believe that there is nothing wrong with that. Also, we need to understand that if some people are not being able to trust you completely, they will not be able to share things with you, and that is
Hmm.
the reason I find that they remain silent. That they would listen to you attentively, but they won't say, like they won't
Yeah.
give their
And
some.
and being an extrovert, I share general things to people. I talk about social issues, general issues, but I
Mhm,
wouldn't be very specific to my own problems in that sense.
mhm,
What I would talk in that manner that would sound general. Maybe it
mhm.
would be my own problem, but I would make a scenario that they will
Yes.
think like it's not my own problem, because you can't talk about your own problems to everybody, right?
Mm.
And I don't talk about it. I am an extrovert in that sense, but I don't talk about all those deep things about myself. Like, maybe they will make fun of you, and sometimes they will talk negative about you. And
Mhm.
because everybody suffers from a lot of issues, what I feel, and a
Right.
lot of flaws
Right.
are there as a human. We are not perfect
Absolutely.
at all. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Right. True. So good, Ashutosh. I'm really happy with the way you have answered. It's a pleasure to listen to you. Actually, now as I said that regarding the tenses where you are feeling a bit unsure about it. So see, I know that you already have gone through all those things, grammatical elements. We all have studied in school, but the thing is that after a while we are not in touch with them.
Mhm.
So while speaking now, when we have learned speaking, we speak, we do speak, but at times we do make mistakes also. Sometimes mostly I would, Ashutosh, I would say that I don't know who has pointed out that your past tense, like it was falling flat or something, but I would rather feel like, in my personal opinion, I think that whatever mistake you might have made, it was unintentional. Like
Mhm.
intentionally, I don't think that you have made any mistake, because I feel that you have when you speak, you consciously make effort to to speak in the right way, to speak in the right
Mhm.
context. So I personally don't feel that you would be making that kind of a mistake, which has like, I believe that even if the mistake is made, that can be ignored, because at one point
Mhm.
of time, I believe everybody makes mistake. Even a very
Yes.
affluent speaker, who is extremely fluent and proficient with the language, still they would be making mistakes. So
Exactly.
the thing is, it might not be intentional, but anyways, we can have a look at that. So as I
Exactly. Idea to be perfect, I don't really think so. Like there is such kind of thing like perfect. Nobody's
yeah,
perfect. Like
definitely,
in that
definitely,
sense, there
definitely,
is always room for improvement. And
absolutely,
yeah, for me also, what happens sometimes happens with me. I speak, and and of course I'll get the click in my mind that I like I spoke something wrong, but I wouldn't be able to pay do
right, right.
put whitener on that mistake. But it is
Yes, yes,
speaking. So that's how it happens. And when I watch my own recordings, I find, of course, I'm making mistakes. But
mhm,
what's there in your mind, it doesn't come in the same way with the same structure. Sometimes, slip of tongue, or
right, right.
unintentionally, as you said,
Mhm.
unconsciously, it happens. Yeah.
Mm, absolutely, absolutely. So, like as I said, that tenses is a very broad concept in English, and to understand that, we have to go step by step. And
Mhm.
I would be, because I have only few seconds left, I would be rejoining. So no issue with that. Ashutosh, one thing I would just suggest you as a feedback. In the next session, I'm going to teach you with the tenses. Here I'm just telling you, you're doing great. There is no problem with that. But the thing which I like, uh, I could uh, sense that the accent which you are, you have been speaking into. Now, at certain point of time, you leave that accent and you come back to the Indian neutral accent. Okay, so that could be a distraction for a person who has been listening to you. Okay, otherwise there is no problem. Like when you are constructing sentences, you are consciously making effort to speak in the right way. So that is fine. uh, the only thing which I found distracting is the accent that like you're beginning with the American accent, and then in between, the accent it vanishes, and you come back to the Indian accent, the neutral accent, English neutral accent. So that is what I believe, that you have to maintain that consistency. That if you are following one particular accent, so just follow that. It can be anything. It can be anything, whichever you are comfortable with. All right. So that is the only thing which I found. Otherwise, I believe that you are doing great.